Vice President JD Vance is caught in a firestorm of his own making, calling the Chinese peasants.
To make it a little bit more crystal clear, we borrow money from Chinese peasants to buy the things those Chinese peasants manufacture. That is not a recipe for economic prosperity.
Oh shit! He's really calling Chinese people peasants. Nobody likes to be called a peasant. Even legit peasants are like, actually I consider myself more of an agricultural entrepreneur. But yeah, JD Vance called the Chinese peasants a couple weeks ago, and now that the news finally got to their villages by donkey cart, they are pissed.
JD Vance just called 1.4 billion people peasants, and China is not laughing. In fact, they just roasted him so hard, he might need political burn cream. Vice President JD Vance tried to sound smart, and instead, he summoned the wrath of an entire global superpower. In an attempt to flex his economic knowledge, JD straight up said, "We borrow money from Chinese peasants." And yeah, he actually said it out loud on camera without flinching. Now, I don't know what JD thinks a peasant is in 2025, but China heard it loud and clear, and they're done playing nice. Because guess what? Even actual peasants don't like being called peasants. That's like calling a farmer dirt guy. It's condescending, outdated, and just plain stupid. Chinese internet lit up like it was New Year's Eve in Beijing. Viral memes, AI-generated parodies, JD Vance behind a water buffalo, JD Vance getting schooled by Chinese grandmas. And The Daily Show? Oh, they didn't hold back either. JD wanted to dunk on China. Instead, he just became their favorite internet punchline. And here's the kicker. This isn't just a joke. China's now clapping back for real. And JD Vance might have just triggered a whole new wave of trade tension. You'll want to see what happens next. You click on Netflix trailers, but this is the real drama. Hit subscribe.
China's retaliation now includes suspending exports of rare earth minerals and magnets to the United States. Those materials are essential to a number of American industries, including car makers, aerospace manufacturers, and semiconductor producers.
China produces 90% of the world's rare earth minerals.
Okay, so rare earth metals are critical. Well, maybe we should have thought that before we launched a trade war against a country that had them all. I mean, where are we going to get our gadolinium now, huh? We're going to buy Congolese gadolinium? That shit's mid. Well, what else are they hitting us with?
China has reportedly told Chinese airlines to stop buying parts from American companies, and it says it will no longer accept deliveries of Boeing jets.
Oh, come on, you're not going to accept our Boeing jets? Well, good luck finding another plane with self-crashing technology. Is there anything else?
China could strike ways like urging Chinese students to study elsewhere, telling travel agents to steer tour groups away from U.S. cities.
Oh no, if Chinese students stop coming to the U.S., who are Americans going to lose their spots to? Indians? Yeah, that'll work. Yeah, actually, yes.
China just dropped the mic on America's trade war. And JD Vance, he might have just started an economic fire he can't put out. So, JD Vance and Trump wanted to flex on China with tariffs. And now, China's doing what any kung fu master would do, using that energy against them. First strike, China just hit the US economy where it hurts, rare earth minerals. You know, the stuff we need for iPhones, fighter jets, EVs, and basically anything that isn't a candle-powered wagon. China produces 90% of those materials, and now they're suspending exports. Translation, we're about to go from made in USA to made with panic and duct tape. Oh, and China's not done. They're canceling Boeing jet orders too. That's right, the one American plane that crashes itself without your help? They said no. Then came the Cold War Tourism Edition, telling Chinese students and tourists to avoid the US. Imagine the economic hit when your top spending visitors start going to Europe instead of Disneyland. And don't forget, China's basically saying, fine, JD, enjoy your trade war. We'll keep our minerals, planes, and students. You can keep your TikToks and mid-tier Congolese gadolinium. This isn't diplomacy anymore. It's a meme war with economic consequences. And spoiler, China's winning. JD Vance wanted to sound tough on China. Now we're about to lose the materials that literally power our military and tech. Who knew the trade war would become the shade war? And trust me, the next strike, it's going to hurt even more. Stick around, This gets worse before it gets hilarious.
Weeks since Liberation Day, and we're in a full-blown trade war with China, with tariffs now at 145%, which means the trade war has officially moved from shower to grower. And some people are concerned about this trade war because they want the economy to be good or something. But you know what? Trump is not stressing about it.
Yesterday, the White House press secretary reading a statement she said President Trump dictated.
China needs to make a deal with us. We don't have to make a deal with them. There's no difference between China and any other country except they are much larger.
Yeah, that's kind of a big difference, though. It's like saying, why should I be scared to fight The Rock? He's just like any other person except much larger. Yeah, that's the scary part.
Trump just escalated the trade war, and now the US economy might be in the line of fire. China isn't laughing, but The Daily Show is. It's official. The US and China are in a full-blown trade war. Not a skirmish, not a little economic disagreement. No, this is tariffs at 145%, and rising faster than Trump's blood pressure during a CNN interview. We've gone from shower to grower, and the only thing growing is the economic chaos. Businesses are sweating, farmers are praying, economists are drinking, and what's Trump doing? Oh, he's chilling. The White House released a statement Trump personally dictated. It basically said, we don't need China. They're just like every other country, except much bigger. Yeah, size does matter. That's like saying, why should I be scared of fighting The Rock? He's just another guy with biceps the size of Delaware. This isn't just bad foreign policy. It's comedy gold. Except the punchline is coming for your wallet. Trump's trade war might sound tough, but when the economy starts shrinking and China holds the cards, jokes won't save us. And this is just the beginning. The next move might shake the global economy. Stay tuned. The roast is just heating up.
Tonight we are seeing China trading insults with the Vice President JD Vance in the latest knock against President Trump's trade war.
让美国那些乡巴佬们在中华民族5000年文明面前哀鸣吧。
That went so hard. Oh no, are we the Drake in this beef? Are we the certified peasants? At the same time, though, saying your 5,000-year-old civilization doesn't intimidate Americans, because half the people here don't even think the Earth is that old. Also, let's just be real, okay? There's no way Americans are the peasants here. Do peasants have medical debt?
China heard JD Vance loud and clear, and just clapped back with ancient rage and modern memes. It took a few weeks, but JD Vance's Chinese peasants remark finally reached the villages of China. By donkey cart, apparently. And now, China is pissed. What started as a dumb insult has now spiraled into a meme war, with China trading barbs like a seasoned battle rapper. One viral response? So savage, even The Daily Show had to bleep it. And if you're wondering where America stands in all this, we might actually be Drake in this beef. Soft, confused, and getting dragged. China just called us out, questioning our intelligence, our culture, and let's face it, our healthcare system. Because here's the hard truth. Peasants don't usually have medical debt. JD Vance picked a fight with a 5,000-year-old civilization, and China brought a roast that hit harder than tariffs ever could. This trade war isn't just about money anymore. It's personal, and the internet is eating it up.
Oh no, China's not buying our Made in America products. Well, suck it up, patriots. Certain industries are just gonna have to suffer, and that's how it is. Because this is war.
China announced they're restricting imports of Hollywood movies to their country.
Okay, that. This war has gone too far. Some of our finest, most likable Chinese Malaysian actors have built a career in Asian-themed movies that depend on the Chinese market, all right? It's called Crazy Rich Asians, not crazy just getting by Asians. And don't forget, this affects you too, China. If you ban American movies, how will you ever find out the ending to all these remakes of movies from decades ago?
China just banned Hollywood movies, and now even Crazy Rich Asians might go broke. The trade war just hit where it really hurts: Hollywood's ego. After JD Vance and Trump's tariff tantrum, China is firing back. Not just with minerals or machinery, but with something far more petty. They're banning American movies from Chinese theaters. And suddenly, all those patriots yelling "Made in America" went real quiet when they realized "Made in Hollywood" is now made irrelevant. Even The Daily Show had enough. It's called Crazy Rich Asians, not crazy just getting by Asians. Now China won't get to see American remakes of American remakes, and let's be honest, that's probably doing them a favor. But don't get it twisted, this is war. And when movie theaters go dark and Hollywood money dries up, suddenly trade policies don't feel so patriotic anymore. JD Vance picked a fight, and now Spider-Man can't even swing past customs.
Checkmate, China. But it's not just Chinese officials who are mad. China has extremely online losers just like our peasants, and they're mad too.
On China's tightly controlled internet, government censors are allowing Vance's interview to go viral, amplifying the outrage, igniting anger and sarcasm. Look, this is their true face, arrogant and rude as always. We may be peasants, but we have the world's best high-speed rail, the most powerful logistics, and leading AI and drone technologies. Aren't such peasants quite impressive? One hashtag about the Chinese peasants remark shot to the top of China's Twitter-like platform Weibo.
Whoa. Wait, is that Michael Costa? How did the third whitest host of The Daily Show go viral in China before the Asian one? That's f***ed up. That's the same triangle and everything. Wait, is China watching this? Oh, okay, well, hey, thanks for watching this. Hi, 中国的朋友们，我不相信我现在说的话。
JD Vance called them peasants. China clapped back with AI, drones, and high-speed rail. Guess who's looking primitive now? Turns out calling 1.4 billion people peasants isn't the best diplomatic strategy. JD Vance, now crowned America's VP of Insults, called Chinese workers peasants. And China didn't just respond, they dragged him globally. On China's heavily censored internet, the government did something wild. They let the clip go viral on purpose. Why? Because when a US leader exposes the true face, arrogant and rude, China says, "Let the world see it." Their response, "Yeah, we may be peasants, but we've got AI drones, the fastest trains on Earth, and a logistics system that delivers faster than your Amazon Prime." Even Michael Costa is going viral in China, before the Asian hosts. China's got jokes, tech, and rage, and JD Vance just became their favorite punchline. Careful who you call a peasant. Some of them just clap back with hypersonic missiles and 5G networks.